is Hope at Crafty Hope, and today I'm working in this junk journal. It is the junk journal I made as part of the Robin Murray Smith Transitions Workshop. That is a free workshop that she has to make this. It's an interesting technique for making a junk journal. So that's what I'm using. I will have a link to that, at least to her workshop page where hopefully you can find it. Like I said, it's called the Transitions Journal. Now, I am working on this whole spread, so it's both of the pages here. The page on the left is a piece of craft paper. It looks like I had done some doodling, some stenciling, didn't like any of it, so I threw it in this junk journal knowing I would cover it up. And the page on the right, I believe, is a piece of scrapbook paper, probably with a sewing pattern collaged over the top of it. And that gives it some really neat texture in the end. I don't think I thought about it when I was doing this project, but when I was editing the videos for this, I could really see the texture in that sewing paper. Now I am going in and covering up some of this paper. It's really going to get covered up more with the paint. So I'm not super concerned with what's on the papers that I'm putting down, or the colors that are on them or anything, because I had a couple paint colors put aside and I had a good feeling I was going to cover up most of this page anyway. So, yeah, I'm using my trusty Uhu glue stick and I am trying. I don't know if I've had a video already. I think I have, with my little fancy background going on there. I've already destroyed it since I recorded this art journal page, but I was trying to keep from getting glue on it. So I've got a piece of a it's like a cheap cutting board thing that you get at the Dollar Tree, and I just cut it down into a little rectangle, and there, that's it. And I'm using it to kind of work off of while I glue. And I use it. I've a bunch of videos and things I've done here in the future. I'll use it, but it's seriously just a cheapo, like I said, like cutting board thing. I can't think what they call it, but it's fairly flexible and plastic, and it works for my purposes. All right, so now that I've got all my collage things down, I'm going to start with the paint. Now, the paints I chose, I think the first two I chose simply because they were upside down in my cart, which means they're getting low, and so they need to be used. And this one is the Americana Coral Blush. I love this color, y'all. I use it a lot. If I'm going to buy a pink, it's very likely this Americana. So the other thing I use that I said I'm running out of that's upside down is an Anita's acrylic paint and Hawaii. And it's a fun color too. And these colors don't, I don't know, they go together. I would think I was just playing and trying to get things that I thought once I put them together they would look nice. And I knew that these two colors were going to be the brighter colors on the page, but I kind of wanted them to be in the background. So I'm putting them down first. I had some trouble with that. I think I glued that 2 or 3 times. I cut it out, some of it, but some of that was that thicker papers that I put down. All right, so now that I've got those brighter background colors going on, I'm coming in with, this is Titan Buff, and I think it's an acrylic, matte fluid acrylic from Golden. And I'm using that. Now y'all see that brayer. I don't know, I've seen a couple of people use that size brayer in some of their like jelly printing videos and other videos, and I knew Hobby Lobby had that brayer, and so I had to buy it because just it that I think it's like a 2-inch size or something, and it is fabulous. So I think that's one of my goals that for this page was to make sure I used that new brayer I had bought to mess around on my page, and I liked it, but I've put it back in a drawer and it's out of sight, and I don't think I've used it since because I've got my other little brayer I use all the time that's in reach. So yeah, I think I need to break that one back out. All right, so that paint that I just put down is the Americana in Sea Glass, and this is another color I absolutely love. It has been my jam lately. Oh, apparently I took up some paper when I did that. Uh-oh. So yeah, I'm going to put some more paint down. I think that's just mostly paint water. But it covered it up where I poured that up. And I'm going to go ahead and dry this page. It's all fixable, y'all. It's all just paint and whatever. That is my Stabilo oil pencil, and I decided to add a little bit of darkness to this page, and so I'm going to do some scribbles over on this left side, and I think I'm going to just do some circles, some messy circles over, I'm sorry, I said that was the left side, that's scribbles on the right side, doodles, circle doodles on the right, and then I'm using a wet paintbrush to just kind of activate that Stabilo, because I love that grungy blurriness that you get when you wet a Stabilo. You never quite know exactly how it's going to bleed or darken, and yeah, it's kind of fabulous. For a little extra texture, I'm going to use just some masking tape. Wow, I could not come up with that word for a second. Yeesh. So yeah, that's just some masking tape. Again, not again. I think I wanted to add a little more bright in there, something not so messy because we've got so much texture and mess going on. The masking tape feels like it gives a little bit of whiteness, but it's still kind of grungy feeling. And then I've got a couple of Tim Holtz tissue tapes. I think I've mentioned that before on my You Me Same 3 video for April. I struggled with a couple of those tissue tapes, and but I do love them. So you see this one, I'm trying to go really slowly so I don't tear it. Because this one's probably my favorite, the one with the butterflies on it. Oh, yeah, so gorgeous. So I am sticking a few of that down. Again, more texture, just something to add some depth to the page. And I'm checking all of that. And I'm trying to remember when I did this, I think I really just wanted to kind of stick stuff on a page, glue some stuff down, play. I had um no intention. Oh, I'm sticking some more washi down. This is that sketchy washi from Target that I love that I did also use in my Yumi Same 3 video. Um, but I don't think I had a whole lot of intention. I am I'm trying to catch up on my videos again. I got behind on them, and so it's hard for me to remember what my emotions were going into it. And I want to get better about doing that with these videos so I know when I go into these videos what it was that I was feeling and wanted to express. So this one I don't remember. I think I just wanted to play and stick some stuff down. Now that is, oh, I've got it right here so I can remember. It's a Liquitex acrylic ink and transparent raw umber. I bought this for my, what was it? The Red Riding Hood hop that I loved, and I don't think I've touched it since. But I decided to put it down on this page, and this is one of my most favorite elements on this page, y'all. I am just making these little dashes with that little paintbrush and running left to right across the page. And I'm not in the center of the page, I'm just slightly above center on the page running across. And there's just something about this that just I'm going to do this again. I'm absolutely going to do this again because when I started editing the pictures of this, I was like, oh, look at those dashes. Yeah, loved them. I'm going to add a little bit more movement to the page, grunge up the background a little bit. It was looking a little too pristine in a couple spots. And so I'm adding just some pencil scribbles, and I think I rubbed it with my finger to blur it a little bit. And then I'm going to go in and make sure that ink is dry. Now, I saved y'all from watching me sort through my paper dolls. I narrowed it down to these three and finally decided on these two sassy gals. I am calling this my Sassy Girls spread because the sentiment I find to go with this is absolutely perfect. And you'll see. But these girls, I don't know, I love them. They're everything that the sentiment I'm about to grab says about them. So the sentiment actually comes from it's art by Marlene sticker sheets. And I have only found it on joggles.com. I'll try to put a link to it below, but go to joggles.com. That's where I found it. If you're looking for it. But that sentiment says, classy, sassy, and just a little badassy. I love that. I think these two girls are absolutely epitomize that sentiment. So once I found the cinnamon, I played around a little bit with trying to figure out what I want to do with it. I knew that it was a little too white for that page, since I had that Titan buff and the masking tape on there. So I decided I was going to take a little bit of water and some more of that raw umber. Is that what it is? Is it raw umber? Yes. Um, and I did a test strip on some of the waste that's inside the sticker book. I make a huge mistake with this. I mean, it's not huge, but I I really wish I hadn't done it. So anyway, I'm gonna get that color down. I like the color. It works out great. But where I make my mistake is I heat it. These sticker sheets are really thin, y'all, and when I heated this with it being wet and the heat and all, it the adhesive on it and even the paper wanted to stick to my little plastic cutting board thing. Um, I was so afraid I was going to tear it because yeah, it was not a good decision there. So don't do that. Don't be like me. Don't wet your sticker and then heat it up because it could turn into a hot mess real fast. And literally hot mess. So I got that up without tearing it too much, and I'm gonna go ahead and stick it on down into my book. And you see, it kind of gets lost there for a minute, but I'm gonna grab that Stabilo. I think. Oh, first I'm gonna grab my what is it? My Liquitex matte medium, and put some on the back of my paper doll. And I don't really put enough because I'm going to end up adding more of it later. I don't know. I'm so stingy when it comes sometimes to the adhesives, y'all. I'm constantly struggling with them. These are things that should work without a problem. And I'm so stingy. I'm such like a thrifty gal. And I'm like, well, if I can use less of it, that's probably better. There'll be more for later. So I've got to get better about, yeah, making sure I use my adhesives the way I need to. So I sharpened up my Stabilo All pencil and I'm going to go as carefully as I can around that sentiment. And I even add a couple little scallops on it just to get it to stand out a little bit more once I activate the Stabilo. But y'all, look at that. I don't know. I'm always amazed at how beautiful the Stabilo like makes things pops makes them pop and gives them shadow, and it's a thing of beauty. So I'm going to add some scallops there, and I think I'll activate those as well. And I go back and forth, and you can tell we're getting to the end of this page here. So I want to go ahead and tell you that um, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about my materials or supplies or techniques or anything, let me know below. And if you haven't subscribed, please, please click that subscribe button. I could absolutely use the subscribers. And watch hours. Go check out some of my other videos. I am desperate to get some more watch hours so that I can reach another level here on YouTube. So, all right, see me futzing again with the glue. Yeah. I'm gonna do that. And see, what else did I want to tell you while I'm futzing with all of this? So I'm going to outline these girls with the Stabilo and also activate that. That gives them a little bit of shadow. What I'm also going to do right down here somewhere is put a little bit of a line just so that it looks like the ground. So it grounds them so they're not so much floating on the page. Now I did mess up there a little because that line isn't straight. When I zoom in the pictures here at the end, you'll see that it's not a straight line. Those two girls are standing on two different lines. It's okay. It's my art. Yeah, it is fine. So all right, guys, we are getting to the end of this. I think the next thing I'm going to do is, since these girls are so classy, I decided they needed a bit of gold and sparkle on this page. So I'm going to grab the Liquitex acrylic ink in gold and just add a couple more little dots around it. So here I am coming in with it. And yeah, I'm just going to add some dots around them and around my sentiment, and that'll be it for this page. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, again, make sure to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and keep on crafting on. Thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.